In the garage. Huh? Oh, hi. I guess I'm live again and didn't know it. Funny how that works. Okay, so with Real Crypto, I have the button to start the stream live, and again, I don't have that button again with this one. What's up, Rob? So I'm probably gonna have to put you guys on hold here in a little bit at some point for a little bit. Got guys in the house taking down the solar panels. So we'll have to. Oh, Marcus gonna open in right now. No, I leave that for during the stream, Rob. I'm not gonna say anything fun before the stream. Silly man. All the good stuff happens live. INSG did not like earnings. That is why you don't jump in ahead of earnings. 16% lower, although probably good buy point, in all honesty. Market basically flat open. Actually, point two, not too bad. Roku down here. Looks like they heard us talking about good stocks yesterday and they ended up tanking most of them. Yeah, we're having the roof redone, so they have to take down the solar panels. Huya, GBTC, NIO, Peloton, DocuSign. So far, doing pretty good. Holding really good after kind of a very low volume move up, but still moving up nonetheless. Peloton up here too. All right, Peloton, let's start going. BTC, we got Winokta. Okay. Nothing too extraordinary today, except for INSG getting destroyed because of earnings. Ooh, they're further going down. Never mind the buy point. CFO transition. Maybe that's why they're going down. In line, sales beat estimates, EPS in line. But they're not liking something so far. I still hold my case that it could be a decent entry point for Inseego. It's hard to buy like this, but you sometimes get some good bounce backs. So there's the 20 day, there's the 50 day, which it can do anything above the 50 day in reality and usually be healthy. So I'm not saying Inseego is bad. All right, NIO jumping up a little bit, 2% here today. It's been behaving really nicely coming out of this little thing right here. Maybe it's leading Tesla out. It's possible. Just more volume to diminish on Tesla than on NIO. It's a possibility. Tesla doing okay this morning. Where are they at? Right there, 1%. Silver, triple silver at least, another 12%. SLV up another 5%. I've already beaten that measured move. Oh, what's AMD doing? I saw AMD. There you are, 0.41% for AMD. Pretty tight on the daily time frame. Super tight. Still super tight. What's up, Ellie? Contemplating closing my GBTC trade in lieu of a Tesla trade. So what do you think about my hypothesis here, Ellie? What if NIO is leading Tesla out of these consolidations? They're both in a very similar consolidation. There's obviously a little bit more time there, but they both have a very similar kind of tight consolidation. Tesla has yet to kind of break out of it. NIO is already kind of up here towards the 1600 level. So I wonder if um, Tesla just has more shares or something to deal with than NIO. Of course, actually looking at the shares, NIO has more shares, 132 million shares on average. Tesla shouldn't have that, not near that. Yeah, 13 million. Yeah, Tesla's float is only like 126 million. So, oh, that could be a consideration. Actually, that could be a consideration. I never thought about that. AMD back down. Started off really good. Maybe that's not going to be a good thing. Is that going to be double top right there? Come on, AMD. Keep going. You don't need a red day. AMD does not need a red day. Come on. No red days, AMD. No red days. Just green days. Green days. Nasdaq almost back to flat. I got in on this. I got in like here, a little bit high. I got in up here. I was looking for a measured move. Look, there's my target line right there. Why are you laughing at me? Don't laugh at me, Ellie. That's not polite. American Virtual Cloud Technologies. Is that the name of their business? That you know what? That that kind of reminds me um of a company that just remember when everybody was putting blockchain in their names? It kind of reminds me of that. AVCT. That's quality. I think they just changed their name and they're like, "Oh, Cloud American Cloud Technologies?" Candy Communications, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no thanks. I'll go back to Ellie laughing at me about my AMD purchase. Well, don't laugh too hard. It's up 22%. It's not too bad. I didn't actually, I waited, I got out of this little base. I was just late to the party. Yeah, I was just late to the party. Now, silver, I'd be FOMOing in if I were to get into silver at this stage. That'd be a FOMO. But rocket company named Rocket? Really? They make rockets? Oh, it's a joke company. Gotcha. Livongo and Teladoc both up today? Oh, wow, did they come back from that sell-off? Not really. Yeah, not really. Look at look at companies running for the exit on that merger announcement. It's like, yeah, no thanks. We'll leave it to you guys. And then they just like everyone on that one day just kind of bowed out. Not everyone, but I mean, you can see it's a huge amount of volume. Huge. It's huge. INSG, wow, still going lower, 21%. Started out the day 15, 16, 17%. Not so bueno today. You wish. LAD still going strong. Same with Carvana. I think some of these, I don't know why the used cars are really popping right now. Maybe they have better financing terms or something. I have to do some actual research to figure that out. That sounds like a horrible idea. Silver GMET up 10%. They must have had some earnings. Looks like they did. They have a very long-term trend line here. And they're kind of up at it, although we've been up here before. Started doing finance as a subject as part of my business degree today. Ooh, cool. Starting to learn about the stock market and stuff. Gonna fly through these first few weeks. Yeah, and let me know how garbage all that stuff is. Well, not all the stuff, at least the stuff pertaining to the stock market part of it and how like investments actually work, because it typically doesn't work like that. So at least in terms of stock prices, you know what I mean? Like sure, doing the books in a business is doing the books like any other business. And then there's doing the books at WorldCom and Enron. Okay, that's a whole different college course. Hopefully you're not enrolled in that class. You should have read the fine print. Andrew, you should have read the fine print. But um yeah, when it comes to like investing in stock prices, um yeah, I would just go with what they teach you and get the A and just get out of there because there's I don't know why they teach some of the things that they teach. Everything I've heard about, stock prices in colleges is, from my experience, not accurate. Even Apple doesn't necessarily fit all the metrics. Apple has actually really low PE ratio, at least last time I checked. Had a very low PE ratio for a company that's well used to grow like 30, it was growing 30% a year for like 5 or 6 years, and it was trading at like an 8 multiple, which is insanely low. So from that perspective, it's hard to, you know, anyway. Yeah, spit out some tidbits from time to time. Maybe I'll learn me something. I need to get me some college finance degree information. Nice earnings. SLV, Livago, Kodak, stabling out here a little bit. I wouldn't mind some of that Kodak volatility. Definitely be a day trade though. Square, after earnings yesterday, holding pretty good. Boot camps are way better. Yeah, I think if you know what you want to do, I see. I've never been to college. Not that that doesn't make me an expert, because I could be an expert. Um, I think if you're going for engineering, I think if you're going for science, I think if you're going for something where you need to be learned something, I think that's fine. Um, but yeah, I mean, look, if you're gonna go for computer coding, maybe a boot camp's the way to go at, 12 to 20,000 versus 60,000 or 80,000 for a 4-year degree, depending on where you get your education at. From those aspects, absolutely, I think trade schools are the way to go. No doubt about that. All right, Peloton back down here today. Nasdaq Looks like it's fighting the zero number. So we really tight. We've been kind of tightening in terms of ranges. I was hoping we just keep going up, but it looks like we're getting tighter. Yesterday was pretty tight, very low volume. We've kind of been low volume. I wonder if that's lack of selling or lack of buying pressure. You can see the average volume right here starting to tick down. Yeah, maybe Ellie. I don't think they have courses for electrical, like an electrical engineering school. Maybe they should. I mean, DeVry tried that. Maybe they've got them out there, and I'm just not aware of them. I'm not looking into it, so it's possible. They do. Okay. Why are you laughing at me? Just 'cause I don't know something? I don't laugh at you. Make me feel bad about myself today. Man, it's tear Randy down day. It's working. What are you laughing about? What are you laughing about? I said, you're laughing at me because I said stop laughing at me? This works. It's not. Who's your parents? I'm gonna go yell at them. Get out of my office. You're laughing at me. Get out of my office. No. I, I don't teach you that. I think Ellie's your parent. Boomer. How am I a boomer? Not a baby boomer. I'm closer to a millennial than I'm like the last year of the Gen Xers, maybe second to last year. Just depends on who's doing the counting. That's my that's my son James. He's one of those guys. Yeah. Right? Blockchain up another 8% today. They're, I guess they're what? No. You can have some breakfast. Ethan, help him get breakfast. Help him with milk and stuff. Oh, Trimble Tramble. They like their earnings. Bam, that was one of our questionable ones from yesterday. Looks like maybe question over. Maybe question over. That's a big ass long base from them. And that is some pretty good volume. Yeah. Not bad volume, especially for an earnings day. Uh Comments invisible. No, did I miss all of them? MVIS did not turn out so well with their Pico P. Well, of course it didn't. That was one of your high flyers. And then, is this really a news topic for a REIT CBL Properties to close its properties on Thanksgiving for the fifth consecutive year? That's weird. Yeah, they must not be. Five on the 20 day. Sorry, Rob. I'm being attacked from all sides over here. Just feel like my emotions are being tested today. Early entry point for five. Maybe your stopping point may be a little suspect. Yeah, it's at all of them. It's under the 50 day. That's the only thing it's under. It's at every other one of them. Yeah, 20, 50, and 200. So, yeah, there's a lot going. I don't think it's quite ready yet for entry. I mean, usually you'd look for something like an undercut and rally, a bottoming day. I don't quite see that here yet. This one's not a bad day. I have like super zoom in. It's under all of them. There's the 10, there's the 20. So it's under both of those. There's the 200, so it's above the 200, and here's the 50. So it's way way below the 50, at least on my super zoomed in chart. But $4 isn't too bad. So it's not in a bad space. It's being supported by the 200 so far. Um, but I going underneath it, I think it could definitely happen if you continue to see support at the 200 day. If you want to watch it, I don't think that's the end of the world. I think that could be okay. Well, the 50s here, it's definitely not flat. So your 50 is your intermediate term moving average. Obviously, your 10 your 200 day is slightly sloping downwards, which I mean, so that could curl up with a nice pop. That could curl up pretty good. And then you've got oh, that's the 10 day. I'm sorry. That's the 50 day. My bad. Completely my bad. There's your 50 day. So we're under the 50 day. There's your 200 day. And that was, I don't know why I thought that was the 50 day. That was dumb. All right, Carvana up another 9%. Holy crap. The thing looked high yesterday. Look at it today. Looks super high. Trimble, Tramble on the way up. Square looking really, really, really good up here. An inside day would be cool. Um, see about something after that. IIPR looks like it's starting to get going again. Kind of a very strange, huge double bottom pattern. Not sure, not sure if it's valid. Uh, there's a cup and handle breakout right here about a week or so ago. Cena, okay. Mm, earnings. Oh, this could be catalyst for a breakout. That could be a pretty broad cup and handle. 47% decline, a little bit deep, but not too bad. I was looking at a REIT and it popped today on the news of closing for Thanksgiving that Trimble could be a nice breakout. Trimble's already broken out. It's already out. So it looks like maybe starting to pull back on the intraday. See how that, yeah, the selling's not too bad. Could be a interesting situation. Bull case and bear case stock predictions. They probably just go to people and get their stock predictions and average them up. They need content, so I don't know if the Wall Street Journal is known for their stock predictions. I kind of doubt it. So yeah, I pretty much I don't ever pay attention to any of those. Sometimes I look at them for entertainment value, but they're gonna I don't know, pick them or some guy on YouTube. It's the same thing. It's quite honestly almost exactly the same thing because no one knows. It could Goldman Sachs and me, um, very similar in terms of authority, at least on terms of predictions and stuff. So yeah, I lowest prediction was 87 for Tesla. Get out of here. See, that right there tells you no. That right there tells you that's garbage. Absolute trash. Absolute trash. Hey Andrew, if you ever have to do a paper for a company or something, do it on Tesla and bring it in here. We'll all do it. That'd be kind of fun about financials and stuff. I'm sure you'll eventually run into that. So that'd be kind of cool. You can go in the Slack chat room and you can go in the Slack chat room. You can take over one of those channels and that'd be cool. I'd actually have a lot of fun with that. And you're guaranteed to get at least a C minus. Guaranteed, Andrew, or your money back. Well, probably not because you probably would get a C minus because we're all not in your class. We're like, no, 30,000 price target. Why? Just Andrew, just put it down, man. Ellie will sound a lot smarter than me. He'll actually come up with something like poignant. I'll be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. All right, so Carvana up, GMed, Kodak making a little bit of a comeback. What are these option prices like after that kind of thing? Let's check it out. So let's see, 15 days out, you're looking actually not too bad. 360 for $16. So that means that you're making money at 1960, about 1720 maybe. 19, yeah, you're making money at 1960. That's not too bad. It goes back above 20, you're making, 1960, you're making dollar for dollar gains there. Not too bad. Market back to flat after being flat. Before that, it was flat. Look at everything here. Flat. MongoDB, DocuSign down. Avatar, Net, Okta. Okta was looking pretty good yesterday. Closed a little bit off, closed off the highs, and today an inside day, which is not a bad thing. How's space doing? Space coming all the way back down. Yee, that's not very bueno. That's what happens when they figure out you're making an airline and not a space company. Roku 6%. Ew, they took all of our good-looking stocks yesterday, and not all of them. Well, they took down INSG. They took down Roku. We didn't have DDOG on there. That's actually one of those little kind of a smaller consolidation. One, two, three. Could be a flat base coming up. Actually, I bet you that's under 15%. Oh yeah, for sure. 18%. So maybe not. Maybe not quite a flat base. Roku, MED, INSG, Manitowoc. Took Oakta down a little bit, not as much as the others. Peloton down just a little bit. Those guys are near done outside. Win up 5% today. Is UAL up here too? I think Ellie mentioned UAL yesterday. Actually had a pocket pivot yesterday. Unfortunately, there was some selling involved. But they seem to be buying the kind of the candles up a little bit as they went down, so maybe it's not the worst downtrend in the world. Still not quite sure about people going back on airlines. That's always kind of a thing. All right, AMD's back up a little bit. Can't stay away from going higher. Tesla down a little bit now. Peloton down a little bit more. And it looks like it's starting to undercut a range. Kind of a minor range though, so we'll see if that's going to end up being a big deal or not. So there's that big green day. You have the red day, and looks like we're going to consolidate out here a little bit longer, potentially. Hold on a second, guys. That's my roof, guys. All right, I'm back. Marathon Patent Group announces purchase of 700 ASIC miners. Mara, is that the stock symbol? They're getting into Bitcoin. How's the roof? I actually didn't look at it. I'm assuming it's still there, though it won't be there in a couple of days. Yeah, they're replacing the roof shingles. That's pretty good. That's actually not. That's a good chart. Coronavirus talks. This one said coronavirus. They're buying ASIC miners. Marathon Patent Group. Huh. Okay, so moving into the Bitcoin space apparently is worth 500%. Well, I don't anymore. I did this morning, Andrew. I did yesterday. I don't right now. It's in my garage. So they have to take the solar down to do the roof, and so they took the solar down this morning, and then they're gonna start doing the roof. Oh, here we go. 7:29. This was a week ago. God damn it, Rob, you're late to the game again. 660. That's pretty good. I'm not sure I could set the network up for that. I got a buddy that could though. He could do it for cheap. Marathon Patent Group. They see once they change your name to like Bitcoin mining services or something like that, then they'll have a real stock run. 55 petahashes of hash power, adding more hardness to the network. Oh, they bought 500 other ones. Man, they're diving deep into BTC. Oh, 660 next generation S19 Pro ASIC miners. They're like, just give us everything. That's one hell of an electric bill. Oregon could become the first state to decriminalize drugs? That's crazy. Two people die a day from drug overdoses in Oregon. Okay. That's it? That would be super interesting. You know the funny thing about America is they say, "Oh, it's great that we have all this separate stuff so we can see what works and what doesn't work." And then they disagree on what works and what doesn't work. It's just so even Oregon decriminalizing drugs, like there's no fucking way in hell Texas is decriminalizing drugs. Name a super red state, Alabama. No way they're decriminalizing drugs. If it works in Oregon, just because they're a more liberal state, if this is like the best thing in the world, they still will not decriminalize drugs just because of the oh, they're liberals, we can't do what liberals do, or vice versa. Say super criminalizing drugs is like the right way to go, and say they super criminalize drugs. And let's say Alabama had no abortion, no contraception, super criminalized drugs, death penalty for shoplifting and all that. Not I know that's an exaggeration. And that was the best system in the world. California wouldn't do it. No way in the world California would do it. I should have thought of that, Rob. Damn it. I should have thought of that. I didn't think about that. I guess I could string up the wires myself. Oh, I wonder where he put the inverter. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta go check something. This may take a few minutes. Okay, I'm back, but I'm eating a donut, so deal with it. All right. So we've turned back up again. Doesn't look like Tesla got the notice, though. And no, it's not, Andrew. It's actually a local donut shop just down the street from me called Lucky Donuts. They're actually some of the better donuts I've had. I can't say they're the best, but they're up there. They're really good. Makes Dunkin' Donuts taste like cardboard because it is. Yeah, I got the construction workers donuts and they only had a couple. All right, AMD back up a little bit. I said earlier, I want no red days out of AMD. No red days. We've already had more than enough. There's like three here. It's ridiculous. Man, INSG is not coming back, are they? Okay, I need to get some additional margin down here. Oh, um, announcement to make. Seeing as how I'm horrible at stuff. Um, I will be starting a. I don't have a. I don't trade cash right now. I just traded my Roth IRA. I will be opening up a cash account and we'll be actively trading that. Very similar to what I do with my Roth, actually. Not more active, but the same thing. And its goal, although Ellie already gave me crap about this, and Ellie's right. It's sometimes difficult to put money to work in the markets, especially if you're newer. I'm obviously not newer, so and it's really and Ellie's right. It's really no different for me. But um, we're gonna our goal is buy Tesla. We're gonna take this money. We're gonna go. We're gonna buy Tesla with trading profits. I don't know how much we're gonna make. I don't know when we're gonna make it, but yeah, I'm thinking about making it like a public thing. So I just actively trade the account. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on Ameritrade here because I have this Ameritrade account and um I can do all kinds of stuff. obviously. The only bad part about Ameritrade, hold on, I'm looking for, there's a thing that gives like percentage on the bottom. I'm looking for that. Um, thing about Ameritrade is that I don't like how you enter trades and stuff. Here we go. That's what it was, 15%. You're gonna get a lot of in, oh, you mean investing in? So no, it's to buy a Tesla, like an actual car. It's not just gonna trade in Tesla. It'll trade in everything, you know. But I was thinking about making it like a kind of more populist video. Not sure, a video series or a something like that. Yeah. Yeah, like I'm looking at the market, I'm like, market's still pretty good. We're still kind of in an upward trajectory. So, but yeah, I'm thinking about making it a maybe do a public video series about it or something, and do like trade for a Tesla. And then if I do it, if I basically live trading, which I haven't really done that before, like a trading challenge. I see like some trading challenge videos. Most of them are complete utter garbage, but um, yeah, I think it'd be fun because even if I did my, kind of what I traditionally did is half TQQQ and then half I trade options and stuff like that, then I could yeah, I can potentially double that money in 6 months or something like that. That would afford most of a Tesla. So still gathering funds from we have funds kind of in different places, still trying to get those funds together. And see, the bad part about it, like this Thinkorswim, like I like it for charting, but if you don't see it because I don't have any orders here. Um, so your orders are here. Like I don't have positions, but it would say positions or something like that here. Account statement with my whopping $35. And I don't know. I just find it really, really weird to do stuff. Then if you want to buy, it's kind of difficult. I don't like the interface on Thinkorswim. I think it should redo a bunch of it. Depends how much money we make, Andrew. It just depends. I mean, you never know. The market could take a dump, and I could just be stuck sitting in cash, and it could never even turn into a thing. You know. The thing about the market is you can only take what the market gives you. All right, Roadster. I don't think I'm gonna quite get that far. We're thinking about starting with like 20,000. We'll put 20,000 in the markets and try to double that, which would make it about 40,000. So yeah, I mean, yeah, if I could double it within a reasonable amount of time, 40,000 is a Model 3. If I were to do more than that, if I were to get up to like 60,000, which would be awesome, which I doubt. I doubt 60,000. Not the way I trade these days, but not in a short period of time. Actually, I think they would give us the money. They would give us the money if we were going to go. I think our son Ethan already offered. All right, AMD up 1%. No red days, AMD. Told you no red days. Yes. Awesome. Fantastic. Hell yeah, Andrew. That's one of the reasons why I would buy it, as a matter of fact, is for that robotaxi service. I don't just want, I mean, I like the Tesla, don't get me wrong, but um, I'm I'm a bit more frugal than just to throw monies at things that I like. But yeah, absolutely. That's one of the reasons that we're thinking of actually doing this is for the robotaxi service. because then your car becomes an asset. I'm not about holding liabilities. I'm more definitely more about buying assets and things of that nature. And I mean, house is an asset. We have like a 10-year mortgage on the house. I'm not about keeping this debt around for a long time. And then yeah, when you have a car that can drive itself, and Elon said if a robotaxi could produce up to $30,000 a year, he said conservatively. I don't know if it's I don't know what that's going to end up being like. Um, and then if there was another YouTube video I saw where a guy has like $100,000 price target for Tesla, and he kind of laid out the case. And what he said is that, he said, hey, if they stop producing cars and just start making robotaxis for themselves, then they could hit this stupid crazy number. And he said Teslas may actually be worth like $200,000. I think that was based on an Elon quote actually. So, you buy a Tesla for 40, 50, $60,000, then it's worth 200,000 within a couple of years just because it's never going to break down. You got to buy tires, and then, you know, I don't know how long that'll last for, but it'd be pretty interesting. What happens once too many people start lending their Teslas out to robo-taxis? Wouldn't providing the service pay lenders less the more people are signed up? Oh yeah, too much supply. Um, well, okay. So here's the thing. If it's cheap enough, and Elon said it'd be like $1 a mile, and I don't know what Uber and Lyft are. I think they're much higher than that. Maybe if they're at $1 a mile, they'd be 50 cents a mile, but they would likely be undercutting the competition by half. So by that standard, what you end up with is, you know, if it's that ubiquitous, you will see less people buying cars. At the same time, um, I don't think all Tesla owners will do that. I think you'll have enough to have a great nationwide network really quickly within months, maybe a year. You'll have a really, really good network. Um, but I mean, if it's cheap enough, and dude, there's enough people right now that just do Uber and Lyft and don't own cars as it is. But you got airport rides, you've got all these other things. I don't know. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. It's really funny when you think about things like that. It's kind of it's like a self-limiting. It's kind of a self-limited way of thinking. Um, I don't. Yeah, there's obviously a cap because there's only X amount of people. So there's a cap. It's not like the sky is the limit. But when you're starting at zero, Tesla has, they can take over Uber and Lyft, and then at the same time they can start having adding customers that traditionally wouldn't do a ride share because number one, there's no driver, so um, that's a positive for some people. There's no driver to contend with, and then number two, there's going to be people that are going to convert to ride share through this Tesla thing because there's always one like a couple minutes away. You know, say I could park it here at my house, and then one of my neighbors wants to go somewhere. Then my car will back itself out. So hey, so and so wants to go for a ride. I'll say okay, and then it'll drive out, go pick them up, take them to the thing, come back 20, 30 minutes later, and I make like $10 or something like that. So no, I think saturation is years away, years and years, maybe a decade plus away. Is saturation a thing? Absolutely, saturation of a market is a thing, which is the law of large numbers we talked about the other day in terms of Apple and things like that. It's hard to move Apple. It's hard to move Microsoft with an announcement because their what they're selling is already massive. That nothing will move the needle. But when it's just starting out, the growth trajectory is ridiculous. So yeah, you've got a million. Let's say you've got a million people driving Teslas a day. Well, most of them during the morning commute, they're going to use it for their morning commute. So if you have the ability to rent a Tesla during the morning commute, that's going to be a boon to you. If you can only do it after the morning commute, maybe you have a little bit of a less opportunity. So we'll see what happens. But Yeah, I mean, I'm signing up for sure. I'm definitely signing up. Yeah, that thing's making 30,000 a year, man. I'd have the car paid off in 2 years. And I had to start myself a little robo taxi fleet. The same way people start, they buy houses and rent them out. I would do the same thing with Model 3s. Just have a fleet of Model 3s making $30,000 a year. But yeah, you're right. At some point it'll saturate. I just don't know when that is. All right, AMD going for it here, guys. No red days. Not too bad. All right, INSG still stuck down at 20%. Roku stuck down at 6%. That's what I'm saying, Andrew. I don't know how long it'll last for, but yeah, I actually ran a spreadsheet on that. Let's see if I have it still. Um, I'm not sure if I started a new spreadsheet or did an existing spreadsheet for that, but untitled spreadsheet. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. No, that's not it. What's that one? Yeah, they're actually talking about doing a smaller form vehicle similar to that. I don't know if it's going to be exactly like that, but they said that right now they have enough on their plate with the Model S, 3, X, and Y, so they're not gonna worry about that right now. They say maybe later on down the road once we have everything kind of figured out with these four models, but then they'll do a smaller one. Then they'll work on the van for or the van. They'll work on a van of some kind and things like that. Where is this? Hmm. I can't find it. I had it all written out. Unless I did it in LibreOffice, which makes no sense. Check open files here. I would have done it in Google Sheets. Anyway, I kind of already figured it out, and essentially what I figured was I would so in 10 years I would have six, and I'd be buying a car once every 6 months, and then obviously that kind of decreases. So the first ones I think I bought, the first thing it is, okay, let's say we sell both our cars, my wife and I get a car, they're both making $30,000 a year. And then I think we could buy one within, so we would pay those off and then we would buy a new one in 4 or 5 years. And then that became 2 years, then became 1 year, 6 months, whatever it was. So after 10 years, we end up with like six cars or something like that. But I'm not finding it. Um, well, I think it's more complicated than that, Andrew. I think Tesla just has a better car. It's not just an electric car. A lot of people make the mistake of saying, "Oh, when Hyundai jumps in with an electric car, it'll be great." Well, it will be great because they'll sell cars. I mean, Tesla's not going to take 100% market share. There's going to be a lot of competition in the electric vehicle space. The problem is Tesla is like the BMW of picture life before Tesla. Tesla's like the BMW that people are willing to splurge for, you know? So, but they're going to sell like a Toyota. They're going to sell like a Toyota because eventually they'll continue lowering that Model 3 price. At least I think they'll keep lowering that Model 3 price, or they'll have like a Model 2 in 5 or 6 years, which they've loosely been discussing. Or someone, I don't know, I've seen it somewhere. Maybe it wasn't Tesla discussing it, but or they'll have a smaller model which starts at like 25, $30,000 that more people can afford. And then why wouldn't you get the car that you could actually have self-driving in? So I mean, their market share is going to be huge. They're taking market share from every automotive company, like period. Ford, GM, Toyota, Volkswagen. That owns like seven brands, and I mean, so they're going to be one of the. You talk about like the big two, big three in the U.S., which is used to be Chrysler, that is now owned by Daimler, and then Ford and GM. They're going to be right there. I mean, they're not going to have the truck, which is what both of those other companies run on. They'll have the Cybertruck. I don't know if that's going to sell as good as the F-150 or the Silverado series, but it's going to take some clout from them. It's going to take a little bit. All right, mark it up almost a 0.5%, getting healthier here. What else we got? We got Carvana up, outperforming Silver. Kodak up a little bit. Win up 6.7%. That's a good day for Win. Look at that volume. Half of average volume are only an hour into the trading session. That and support, dead support there at the 70 level. So that's so far not bad. I don't know if we're ready to blast off yet, but it definitely has support at that 70. If you see Win at 70, that's likely a good point. Very good. GBTC up 3%. No, I don't think so, Andrew. Not in the next 50 years. Maybe it no. Well, so here's the thing. There's still cars. People still drive Model Ts on the streets, which I mean, not many, like one or two. But there's a thing called historic vehicles that have bad emissions that don't have to go through emissions. I think if your vehicle was built before some year, depending on the state, you don't have to go through emissions because those cars were incapable of, even being modified to the point of good emission standards. So, no, I don't think we'll be. Now you may have some highways if there's ever a new highway built. And actually, if you're speaking about new highways, the Boring Company, if Elon and that Boring Company just keep getting more and more contracts, I mean, how awesome would it be to get a boring contract, like for my instance, from Phoenix to somewhere in California? Just freaking undercutting everything. That's completely autonomous. You can't drive that manually. And I think so. You'll have some new forms of transportation that'll likely be autonomous, such as in tunnels. But for street driving, nah, doesn't ma- it doesn't make any sense. I mean, like California, maybe you'll have like an autonomous only lane or something. Like they have a carpool lane. Of course, they're out of space anyway, so they probably can't even pull that off. But in Arizona, we could, if it was that ubiquitous. If we were, the hell is that? Oh, I saw this big like oblong shadow walking and bobbing up the street from behind my car. I'm like, what's that? It's some lady holding an umbrella, and it was the shadow from the umbrella. It's freak. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be weird. All right, how's Peloton doing? Still fairly flat, not falling off, which is good. And the Nasdaq's up 0.4, so we're doing pretty good. Fantastic. Man, look at Car frickin' Vanna. Holy crap. How are you going up on negative 62 cents earnings? Carvana shares are trading lower. In what world? Shares have since reversed. Yeah, right. Demand for car ownership. Oh, let's listen to this. I can't really blow up this Oh, I guess I can. Never mind. Let me let me put on my headphones and then we'll watch this video. Turn on you guys so you can hear it. All right, let's listen to Carvana CEO.
Welcome back to Squawk Box this morning. Carvana posting a smaller than expected loss for its latest quarter, but missing slightly on the top line. However, the online used car retailer telling shareholders the long-term opportunity for its business is even larger than previously thought as the coronavirus changes consumer behavior. Joining us right now to talk about the auto market is Ernie Garcia. He's CEO and founder of Carvana. Good morning to you. Let's talk about your earnings, but then let's talk more broadly about the industry because it's almost a contrarian. I don't think anybody saw this coming. When the virus hit, I think there was a view this was going to be very, very bad for auto sales. And there seems to be a remarkable behavioral shift that may make it actually quite good in the end, Ernie. But let's start with the earnings because the stock did fall on this news. Obviously, it's been on a huge run, though, I should say, just to put it in context. What happened here?
Sure. Well, I think it was a great quarter for us. I think the company came together and responded unbelievably well to everything that's been going on in the world over the last 6 months. I think despite all that, we exited the quarter growing at 40%. And I think amazingly, given all the disruptions in our supply chain, every supply chain around the country, we had our inventory down to less than a quarter of what it was heading into the pandemic. And despite that, we still grew at 40%. So we're very excited about the way the business performed and the way we're positioned for the future. And most importantly, I think very proud of the way the company handled all this.
Okay, so what is your exit? Let's now think more broadly because I know you think there's a big opportunity in terms of behavioral change. Families and individuals buying more cars, frankly, going from one car to two to three, whatever it is. What do you think's happening here? And how long do you think it lasts?
Let's break that into 2 steps. So I think the first question is what's going to happen to the market broadly. And I think there are lots of reasons to think that people are going to have more personal ownership. There's probably going to be some degree of de-urbanization through all of this. More people are electing to not use public transport or as much ride sharing. And so I think that's leading to private ownership. That's offset to some degree by some people feeling like they're not going to work at the office as much. And so they may not need to drive as much. So I think those are the forces that are kind of moving the number of cars that people want to own. I think another really interesting thing, though, is just the preferences about how people want to buy things. So I think across the economy, what happened is people were forced into different behaviors as a result of everything going on. And as a result, they tried new things they hadn't tried in the past. And oftentimes, if there are new businesses that leverage modern technology to give customers better experiences, habit will keep them from crossing the line and trying the new thing. And I think this broke habit, and it caused a lot of people to try new things. And as a result, we think there's going to be significant behavior changes.
I think Scott's got a question for you, Scott.
Ernie, how inventory? I'm sorry, Andrew. Thanks, Ernie. How inventory constrained are you right now, and when can you expect things to pick up in terms of the number of product that you'll be able to get?
Sure. Well, I mean, we're severely constrained today. So as I said, we've got a quarter to a fifth of the inventory that we had prior to the pandemic today. So that's something that we're obviously working on. I think across the industry, there's been severe supply disruptions as a result of the rapid pullback and all the things that disrupted the speed at which you could get cars to the site or that manufacturers could produce cars, followed by all the demand that came afterwards. That was kind of a whipsaw that I think many companies weren't prepared for. I do think the most important takeaway there, though, is there's a lot of demand there. And we're a company that over the last 7 years has grown at triple digits every single year. We've done that by being able to get inventory to the website. And so we're very confident we'll figure that out as soon as we can.
Huh. Okay. It's a big move, though. Big move for Carvana. Freaking 27 to almost 200. Well, over almost 227. It's almost 10x. That's 9x. They've been able to 9x that. Wow. Who the hell would have thought that? So it's funny, we were just talking about robo taxis and stuff like that, and here Carvana says personal ownership is going up. So it could be a situation where a lot of people, especially younger people, just never wanted to own a car. Now they want to own a car so they don't get sick. So that could put a damper on robo taxis going forward. But you never know. You never know. Freaking good move for Carvana right there. Wow. Outperforming silver, which is still going pretty strong. Actually, Bitcoin going pretty strong too. How's the spot market? Where is the spot market? Oh, there it is. All right. Oh yeah, Bitcoin just kind of broke out a little bit there, didn't it? Bitcoin Cash as well. XTZ, XMR, VET. Yeah, but it's that idiot person in front of you that you have to worry about, unfortunately. So let's say I take a robo taxi and it drops me off, then it goes gets you, Andrew. What if I've got the coronavirus? So it could sit in the front of the Tesla for a while. So that's a little hard to deal with because there's no one in there to wipe it down. So Bitcoin's going, so that's kind of moving a little bit here today. INSG still lower. Tesla flat, Peloton still holding on to its consolidation there. Doesn't want to extend up quite yet. We'll see how that one goes. You've got, oh, nickel is up a little bit. And then AMD trying to get up too. Come on, AMD. I only need 20% today. That's it. That's it. Yeah, I'm thinking about it, Andrew. Thinking about it. I probably will. I probably will, but I'm thinking about it. I need to get more focused though, to be honest with you. I would do so much better if I was more focused. Like really. Um, I don't know. I have some money I'm ready to move over, but I've got a big chunk of change that's kind of it's some of my YouTube earnings actually for my real crypto channel. I have to change my payment method and stuff like that. Start trading? Well, like trading? Yeah, I think it depends what you want to do, Andrew. I mean, if you're doing swing trading, I mean, there's lots of stuff that you can do that's relatively simple, though I don't know about from Australia. I don't, like I don't know if you can invest in US stuff, because obviously this is the US. So, um, really, it's most of it's about price action, chart patterns, stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I would do a lot different other than really focus more on just the actual trading of the account versus more of a general market commentary, which is what I kind of do here. I mean, we go over lots of entries and exits and potentials and stuff like that. Patterns are confusing. I don't think they're that confusing. They're confusing if you don't have an education on them, if you don't kind of know what's going on. Um, a good resource, I mean, there's lots of resources. One I really like is investors.com. It's not as nice looking as some of the other resources because they suck or they're starting to suck. Oh, Rocket Companies to trading after pricing downsized IPO. You can go to learn over here. It's investors.com. You can go to learn and then how to read stock charts. And they have a few blurbs about stock charts, but yeah, it's horrible. It's really bad. It's only getting worse. I just want to preface that it's only getting worse. They're unfortunately the founder of the company is really old. I'm not even sure if he's still alive. I'd like to think that we would hear if he passed away. William O'Neill, um, started investors.com, Investors Business Daily, and I think at this, he's probably 85, 90 plus. So he stepped away and his son took over, and obviously his son is not his father, which you can't be. So anyway, what's in a stock chart? Why use stock charts? So this is a good place to go. It looks horrible, but check it out. It's a good one. He's still alive. That's good. Yeah. So they talk about cup and handle patterns and stuff like that. And yeah, it looks horrible. They need to redo it all, but I don't know. Maybe I really need to. I can. I'm having a hard time building my courses. I'd like to say I could build something like that, and I probably could, but yeah, I'll figure it out. I don't know. Anyway, so that's a good place to start Investors Business Daily, which is investors.com. You can go to learn. Really? You can't remember investors.com? There you go. There you go. Damn millennials, although you're not technically a millennial. I just felt like saying it. All right, guys, I think I'm going to get out of here. Oh, it wasn't working for you? I wonder, you mean does that one work? Invest stores with the O. That always got me. I used to think it was with an E. Maybe that was the issue. I always thought it was with an E. Oh, okay. Yeah, who up here pays? Yeah, so maybe I'll start that maybe this week or next week or something. We'll see how it goes. But I got to get some money transfer. I got to see if I'm going to go with E-Trade or Ameritrade. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't want the possibility to do it here because it'd be simple. Oh yeah, it's newer than this one. Let me do a oh, where is it at? Oh, private window. Let's try private window. If I could type. Huh, same one. Looks like the same one. Yeah, they've gone through two or three iterations of this is they're on WordPress, which I think is dumb. For a company this size. It's I think they should be doing a custom website personally, but I know for a fact they're using WordPress. I wonder if I can do WP login. WP admin? Just redirects to the homepage. Yeah, you can't put a link in chat, Andrew. They don't let you. YouTube won't let you do that. You can put it in the Slack chat room if you want to, but it won't let you do it there. Oh. How all big five tech companies compare. Come on. You're not putting Tesla in there yet? We got to have Tesla up there with the tech companies now. Oh, you don't know about the Slack chat room? Yeah, I've got a Slack chat room. It's not super active for stocks. It's more crypto based, but I have a stocks room in there. Rob's in there. If you go to my website, real-crypto.com, you can sign up right here, and you can get into the Slack chat room. Let's see how the big five stack up. What are they stacking? Is there charts? Here we go. Year-to-date stock change. Alphabet sucks. Alphabet is. You know what? I used to try to trade Google. They just don't trade well. They just don't. It's weird. Growth estimates. Amazon.com killing them all. Look at that. See, Amazon does not have a monopoly by any stretch of the imagination in terms of like market share, except for online market share, but I don't know if that's a metric. Um, yeah, it should send you a link, Andrew. Then you got to go to Slack and sign in and stuff. But yeah, I mean, Amazon is really the top one in my opinion over all these other ones. It's Amazon, and then Tesla. Yeah, if all I did was invest in Amazon, or well, yeah, but Amazon's already at like 1.7 trillion market cap. Tesla's gonna blow them out of the water in 10 years probably. Bill Gates coronavirus man, don't hasn't he learned yet? Don't call anything a manifesto. Why are you calling something a manifesto? Oh my gosh, come on, Bill. You're just goading the conspiracy theorists at this stage of the game. No one who lives through pandemic, I will ever forget it. And it is possible to overstate the pain that people are feeling now. Impossible to overstate the pain people are feeling now and will continue to feel for years to come, Gates said. This is far from over. There's a stock you can check out this. We have a stocks room, which is for stocks, which is what yesterday when I was going through stuff, I put it in the stocks room. You can go in there. To get to the rooms, here's my. I'm not sure what kind of if you're on computer or mobile or what you're doing, but if you see the rooms here, you can click on channel. There's a channels. You can click on the plus sign here. You can browse the channels, and then those are all the channels. You can get whichever one or ones that you want. It's just called stocks. It's this one. Whoops, that's really big. Right there, stocks. It's just stocks. You can get in all. You can get in all of them if you want to. It's fine. Yeah, Amazon's growing like mad though. Yeah, let's look at that graph again. I wonder if Apple's bad. Is Apple the worst? Well, Microsoft's, I guess, the worst of the bunch in terms of growth. It's pretty consistent though. Apple's is kind of all over the place. 4.9, 10, 6, 21. That's probably not accurate at 21%. I don't know how you go from 4, 10, 5 to 21. That doesn't make any sense. 10, 11, 11, 12 makes a little more sense. Oh, it's probably coronavirus stuff. That's probably why. Oh, wait. 2021, 2021. I thought those were 1918. Or 21, 20, 19, 18 is what I thought it was. I wasn't looking at the headers. Amazon nuts. Amazon's killing it. Yeah, Tesla's got a really tight trading range right here. Kind of scary for me a little bit. I'm not quite sure which direction it's going to pop in. Um, it does have a large topping candle right there. That is a topping candle. And then the next largest volume candle is another topping candle. So that could just signify low. I hope it goes lower. I really do. I really hope it goes lower. But if it starts to pop up, it could go aggressive. AMD's come down. Peloton's come down too, 1%. NASDAQ flat once again. Once again. And see how low the volume is right now. It could be prime for distribution day. Yeah, I did see her. Yeah, I did see that comment. Yeah, it's because I guess they didn't want to go through because there's some other ADRs that trade on the Nasdaq and the NYSE. I'm not sure why they just decided to keep it on the over-the-counter exchange. Maybe they just didn't care that much. Doesn't matter to them. They're just running a company. That's just a capital market to them. So, yeah, what was the symbol? SN NLF. Yeah, obviously they didn't care that much. Samsung cautious about placing component orders on Note 25G lineup. Hmm. Yeah, it's weird. Hard to invest in something like that. I mean, there's just no liquidity. I don't know. I don't even know what's up here, to be honest with you. It's kind of weird. I don't know. All right, silver trailing off a little bit. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to get out of here. You guys have yourselves a good day. Go to bed, Andrew. It's past your bedtime. Yeah, AMD coming right back down, unfortunately. AMD, we just talked about no red days. Come on. What are you doing? All right, guys, well, have a good one. Stay safe. I will see you all tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.